Hi, today I'm here with Laurie Crouse from Coldwell Banker.
Hi, Toni.
Thank you so much for doing this.
My pleasure.
So this is Talking with Toni, my little series to introduce you to some agents in my territory that I love and respect, and that I just thought you might like to get to know. And I'm getting to know Laurie as we chatted a little bit. So I'm going to jump right in.
Okay.
Laurie, your mom was a big hotshot here in Westport as a realtor many years ago. Is that correct?
That is correct. She, in probably the mid-70s, early 70s, opened up a very successful real estate office in town that was part of a 7-office boutique chain.
Wasn't it Preferred
Properties?
Properties?
It was Preferred Properties.
Yeah, I remember that.
And so it was way before the big companies came in, and every agent, every office just did one town.
Oh.
So the Westport office did Westport. There was Fairfield. There was a Norwalk office, Darien, Greenwich, and people did not cross the towns.
Wow, how interesting.
And each key box was just for that town.
No kidding.
That's right.
Oh my God, I never knew that.
Yep.
That's a little
That's
bit of
how
history.
far I go back.
Yeah, that is how far you. When you grew up here.
I grew up
as
here.
well. Yeah.
And I left and moved out to Colorado.
Okay.
After college, and having gotten married out there, had an art gallery, couple of galleries.
So your background is in art. You went to school for art and
Went
everything?
to school in art.
Tell me a little bit about that.
I was a sculpture major,
Uh-huh.
and I did large-scale foundry pieces in
Wow.
bronze, aluminum, and iron. I did casting.
Oh.
And then when I met my husband, who had an electronics background and also was very much into arts, we created a business where we bought casting equipment, and we started to make jewelry.
That is so cool. Like, did it light up or something?
Well, it did. It was a very innovative. My husband was brilliant. He passed away some years ago.
Sorry.
But he used to put electronic circuitry in the back with little LED lights and a little switch, and they would light up. And I had a big design background, so I did a lot of the designs, but we both cast them. And we were featured in New York Magazine and Best Bets.
Wow.
We were in galleries of wearable arts in LA and Madison Avenue. And then we had galleries first in Denver, and then we moved up to the mountains, and we had a gallery up there.
This is like a whole other life.
Yeah, it was.
Wow,
It was really
that's
great.
amazing.
So in the early 80s, my dad got sick. We decided to pack it in and come back. And we were doing things in our home, jewelry. And my mother was running this office, and I was her weekend secretary at the time. And it was a really good way to learn the business from the bottom up.
Yeah.
Then we used to manipulate all the data. We had a book that was published every week with the listings, and if there was a binder, we'd have to cross it out and write it, and you pick up the bulletins, which were printed every day of new properties that were on the market. So that's how I started, and I got my license, pretty much right then.
What a great transition, because like you said, you learned from the best.
Yeah, I did. I really did, yeah.
That's wonderful. So you've been in business for quite a long time, and you've been with Coldwell Banker now since Preferred Properties all this time?
So I was being courted to go to another successful office of top brokers before Coldwell. And finally I decided I was going to go, and my mother was ready to semi-retire and stop running that office, so she came with me. And that office was bought by Coldwell Banker.
Oh, wow.
So probably 25 years ago.
That's, wow, there's some history.
Yeah. So that's
Interesting.
how I ended
okay,
up
so
there.
that's you're there. So you've been
Yeah.
there for a long time. Well, that's great. So, so as a realtor, all this personal history is wonderful, and I love to hear it because I've known you for years and I didn't know that part. So that's amazing. But as a realtor, let's tell the public a little bit about you. Like, what do you think is important for them to know? We're both independent agents and we work for ourselves. So what do you think, like if someone's coming to work with Laurie, is important, either on the buy side or the sell side, whatever you think?
Well, I have a referral business
Okay.
that I've built through the years. That's where most of my business comes from, old clients or people that have recommended me. I think it's clients first. And I think my relationship with the brokers is very collaborative. I think it's really important that we, build relationships and trust with one another because that's who we work with.
Exactly.
So I think I'm pretty service oriented. I'm very, I probably need bigger boundaries. I'm attached to my phone a little too much, and my clients know it. I try to stay on top of, the market and understand.
Right.
I love your newsletters. As a matter of fact,
thank
I
you.
think your weekly things are like the best. I want to clone it about how many listings come on and have sold. I think it's like the best snapshot of anything.
Okay, this wasn't on. I didn't pay her for that.
No, I really think I love what you did there.
Thank you.
But they get me.
Yep.
Anybody that wants to work with me gets me.
Right.
I'm the one that does the feedback. I do have a team behind me that does social media with my approval.
Right.
And because that's just a little bit more than I can handle doing the day-to-day.
So you're in charge of your business, and you have other people that
I'm a little bit of a control freak.
Yeah. Well, I want to just get back to your point about collaboration and that referral business. I think is so important to understand because people that have been in the business as long as you have developed really strong relationships. And I think that this is a little bit about what I'm trying to sort of communicate here is that we are in this town and we have long-term relationships that help to support each other, and we can think of people that I think you'd work well with this person, or you might have this resource for I might turn to you and say, do you have a good contractor or something like that, and that's our team, if you will, sort of networking because we're a community of like-minded professionals. Is that fair?
Yeah. My motto is I never want to cross the street when I see you coming. I tell my clients, so I always make sure to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And never focus on just one deal, but the bigger picture. Right. And it's the same with working with one another. Right. We know who to trust. We know the people that give the quick answers or, not the right answers or no answer.
Right.
And so the market changes. We're more tech heavy, but it's still relationships with people. Right. It's our clients and it's our co-workers in various offices that are the juice that makes the whole thing go.
The oil or whatever, the juice works too. I get it. No, and that, I agree 100%. It's like, everybody's always asking about the market, and the market is going to be different from day to day, but the relationships that you have that support your professional business
it's like
is really important.
You never do anything for the boy.
Yeah.
You have to respect the friendships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for doing this. I really appreciate it. It's been fun, and it's been fun getting to know about your history as an artist. I really love that.
Okay.